Hey, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comedian, host of Bachelor Recap, a guy's review. You see the photo, you saw the title. Today we're talking about Tayshia Adams. Let me tell you something you might not know about Tayshia Adams. She is a gosh darn national hero. Tayshia is a star. From now on, she's Tayshia, formerly known as Tayshia Adams. She's a first name only A-list celebrity in my book. She is outgrowing Bachelor Nation very quickly with that pearly white smile of hers. Doesn't she just make you want to dance? Look at her. She looks great. By the way, if you're ABC and you don't get her on Dancing with the Stars, you have missed out big. She's a ratings hit, and what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, this video is just going to kiss Tayshia's ass, okay? Everything about her, I'm loving. She's been auditioning and doing the rounds. Tayshia Adams steps into her dream job as a guest co-host on Entertainment Tonight. When you work in entertainment, everything is an audition. This is an audition for somebody. I don't think you can afford me, Entertainment Tonight. I'm doing my own thing over here. I don't have pants on. I'm in my house. You know what I mean? You can't beat that. Social distancing from my kitchen. So Tayshia, yeah, look at her right here. She's got that skinny arm. Some people call it the bitch wing. I love it. She's posing. She knows what she's doing. It's an audition. She's doing the rounds. They're seeing if they like her as a personality. Let me tell you something. You know, you'd be so blessed to get Tayshia as a personality. What I'm going to do now is play a couple different clips of her little round she's going on this week with the Entertainment Tonight crew. You know, I don't know these people. Is that Lauren Zima? I don't follow the show close enough. I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? And what does Lauren Zima live in Los Angeles? Chris Harrison moved to Texas. I guess they're doing long distance. Would anyone else like to see Chris Harrison more stepped into the role as the Bachelor? Isn't he the ultimate Bachelor? You know, he just teases us these breadcrumbs of these people, but I think we all want to see Chris Harrison. I digress. This is about Tayshia. So, you know, it's so funny, though, that they say she's stepping into her dream job as a guest co-host. They would be so happy to have her. This is a star, folks. This is the, I don't know what to call it, je ne sais quoi. You know what I'm saying? DJ Bijou. You know what I'm talking about, my French speakers out there? This is it. This is charisma overflowing. Look at that. To think that she wasn't even the number one Bachelorette, like the first chosen Bachelorette, like no offense to Clare. Claire's great. We love her. Good hairstylist, right? Gotta love Clare. But this jumps out of your TV screen. You know what I'm saying? So she said, so yeah, look at these photos. I mean, it's like, boom. It's like, talk about living your truth right here. This is what you can only dream could be a result of going on The Bachelorette. Worst case scenario, unfortunately, is Clare, who's going through a breakup, and you know, a lot of people didn't like the way she handled things on the show, her anxiety, this and that. It's really too bad. We really should pity Clare for her anxiety. Anxiety is the what do they say? Depression's the sadness from the past. Anxiety is the fear of the future. Does that make sense? Let me know, psychologists out there. But anyway, when you can deburden yourself from the fears of what may be and just live in the moment, and again, I know that's easier said than done. I think you get somebody like Tayshia who really just shines. There she is. I mean, look, she's this is the big dance. Look at this. Come on, how do you not love this, guys? Are you not rooting her on or what? Okay, anyway, so let's see how she did. You guys want to see how she did? Let's play a couple clips here, as long as I can stand it. You know, sometimes I get a little annoyed, but let's play a clip here and see how she did.
Tayshia, what is it like for you to watch the way these women are treating each other?
Oh boy. I don't remember a group of women being this, I don't know, manipulative and condescending towards one another.
Catalina's the dumbest I've ever met.
I hope it doesn't continue on.
We did it. Oh my God.
You have gotten your own love story out of the show. You and Zac are still happily together. It seems that way. How are things?
Yes, we are happily together.
Love
In
it.
fact, he's around here somewhere with me. So
He's here.
He is here.
Are we wedding planning? Where are we at?
By the way, Zac's so good at being the guy who's comfortable holding the purse. Takes one to know one, my man. Sometimes you gotta hold, and I say that both actually, but kind of like metaphorically. Sometimes you need to hold the purse for your lady and let her shine. You know, a guy that might not be too secure with himself would kind of need to be the loud, brazen one. He needs to be the center of everything. Zac's like, look, I know what I'm worth. You get out there and you shine on the dance floor. That's a catch. That's the guy that she chose.
Are taking it slow at the moment. We're doing well. We're doing very, very well. But at the same time, we kind of rushed, to get this little thing on my finger.
Little thing, it's 3 carats, little thing. That's a guy's yearly paycheck. That could literally feed a country in Africa right there, that little thing.
Just having fun dating each other, being an engaged dating couple.
What have you learned about each other in these weeks since the show ended and you've been living out in the real world?
He's a very mature man. Fights actually don't have to last 6 hours, 8 hours, or go to the next day.
Wow. Okay. She's clearly talking about her ex, Josh. Okay, I made a video about Josh a few months ago. She says fights don't have to go 6 hours or to the next day. Again, Zac Clark, I know what you're saying. There's 2 types of guys in the world. Guys that, have too much pride to apologize, and then guys that are in relationships, okay? You're either single or you're willing to apologize, move on, find out what you did wrong. Everyone in a fight did something wrong. It's never 100%, 0%. Sure, you could be like, well, what if, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, then you chose that person, so you should apologize. I'm so sorry I chose you to be my partner. You've let me down. There's so many ways you can apologize and maintain your the feeling that you didn't necessarily do something wrong or you were altruistic. Do you know what I mean? Like the feeling like, look, honey, I love you. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you, but I do understand that that by doing this, I caused this, and I am truly sorry for that. That's a good apology. You just got to nail it all. Don't be vague. Be specific. But anyway, for her to mention that, hey, fights don't have to last all day, it's like, oh, you dated a guy who had to be right. You married a guy who had to be right. I always thought that was horrible to think. Think about this. Imagine being a guy who's always right. The more right you are, the more your lady is wrong. You know what I mean? So, like, it's okay to, I don't know. I digress. You guys get the point. He's healthy. And, a recovering addict is good at that 12-step program. You make amends with others. You learn that you're not all powerful. You have addictions that are greater than you. It really does put you into a place where you can understand. And I'm not in any 12-step programs, but I have gone to Codependence Anonymous, and I am familiar with the idea of making amends with people that you've wronged. So for him, he gets in a fight with Tayshia or whatever. I'm sure he can talk it out. I've yet to see something I don't love about this guy.
And I think that's one lesson that I've learned more so recently that I'm really thanking my lucky stars for. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have your podcast, Clickbait.
Yes.
How is that going? How much fun is that for you?
It's going really well. It's been so much fun. I feel like Clickbait is basically a podcast where we divulge in the juiciest headlines, and we try to give you our opinions about everything, and also try to spill a little bit of tea in Bachelor Nation.
A little bit of Bachelor.
Just a little bit.
We need it.
Brimming with authenticity, Tayshia is. I give that interview an A, and then she made the rounds over here. I don't know how long I can play this, the Daily Pop. By the way, I auditioned for, I'm trying to think what it was. It's so funny. It was E-News, but it was like for their Snapchat program or whatever. I auditioned the week, almost a year ago. It was in March. It was the week before the stay-at-home order shut down, and I don't think they ever produced the show, but I have to say, when you're on a set, when you're I've done those like AfterBuzz TV audition. You know what I mean? No thanks. Pass. If they call me right now, Dave, we need you at AfterBuzz TV. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. Okay, it's gonna be a no from me. Like I said, I'm happy in the kitchen, where I need to be. Put your man in the kitchen. Make your lady a sandwich. Roles are reversed. Feminism. It's a feminist. I look like a softball coach with this denim on. I digress. So yeah, I've been to these auditions, and let me tell you something. It's one thing to be authentic with your friends, but when the lights go on, when they say action, and someone like Tayshia to be able to just brim with this authenticity, this I am Tayshia unapologetically, that ain't easy. And people pay a lot of money for someone who can do that. She's got if she wants it, she could be a commentator, a talking head for a long time. Very trustworthy. That's what we look for, right? When we look at someone who's, even like a Ryan Seacrest. Yeah, sure, he looks like a good-looking, used car salesman, but he's still kind of trustworthy. He's got that $1 million smile, the nice hair.
It's Bachelorette stars.
This is called Daily Pop. They're social distancing.
Does it bring back fond memories or like exhausting memories?
Honestly, I was
By the way, why do these shows have to have this stupid background techno music? You know what I mean? Just talk. They're so afraid that the audience is going to turn the channel, so it's just nonstop techno music.
Exhausted watching. I was like, I'm so happy I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I mean, I love everyone, but I'm so happy because I don't know if I could do all that again.
I was annoyed last night. Everybody was annoying me when I was watching the show. Do you
That's so, isn't that my life? Everything's annoying me when I watch this show. Dave, why don't you turn it off? Don't tell me what to do. I need it. By the way, people like to comment. They go, Dave, just let the clip play. Well, look, Google Tayshia Adams. You know what I mean? Like, you can go watch this somewhere else. You're here because I'm going to look at this and talk about it.
who do you think's going home?
Well,
Or what do you think's gonna happen with the
what do you think?
MJ
What's
and
I was
the-
going to say, I don't know. Okay, so.
By the way, can I just ask, did she change from earlier in the day? Is that the same outfit? No, that's a different outfit, right? Look at me. Look, I'm such a guy. I can't tell the difference between two completely different shades. So that's like a, what would you call that? Like a burnt orange, maybe a sienna. Is sienna a color? And then this is more of, I don't know, like this is more like a French mustard.
Jay seems like a firecracker.
She's
but
the curly-haired one, in case you
Yes,
didn't know.
but she's also relentless. I would be scared to go against MJ, not gonna lie.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
What did you
MJ's
know?
intimidating.
She's like, everybody's like, look, this is The Bachelor, not Bad Girls Club. You can calm it down.
But
More than
Justinian
Victoria?
doesn't back down
Yeah.
either.
Really? So this is the mole in the group, huh? Oh my goodness.
There's a few of them.
It's so funny.
Is Tayshia, are those boots? What is she wearing right now? She looks like the most stylish mechanic I've ever seen.
You know, we talked about your season on this show a lot, and the thing that I kept on bringing up is most bachelorettes have months to prepare to go into this house. The dresses, the mindset,
Yes.
her heart. You were plucked really quickly. What was it like?
I'll say this. The fact that Tayshia wasn't able to prepare for her season on The Bachelorette made it that much better. We got to see the true Tayshia. She wasn't scripted versus Clare. Clare had months to get to know these guys' Instagrams and all that. No, you throw Tayshia on a show with a couple guys, she falls in love. That's how you do it, folks. Take notes.
For you expediting those feelings and getting prepared to go into that house?
Well, it was a good thing that I was like emotionally and mentally ready, but I will say I didn't really have like the opportunity to reach out to previous bachelorettes like Rachel or JoJo or anybody beforehand to kind of get like, okay, how can I prep? What should I do? Give me some pointers here,
Really?
because I literally got the phone call and left.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
I really
I feel like
did.
that would be the first thing I would do is DM.
Yeah.
The first thing they do is they get a nice Brazilian. You know how it goes, folks. They get all, I love ladies. They're ready to go on a date. You just take it to the next level. You know, you're waxing this, you're pulling that, you're scraping that, you're exfoliating this. Men don't care. We don't care. That's why, women say they hate getting hit on at the gym. Guys don't care. You're sweaty, you smell bad. I'll give you my number. What do you need?
Alex,
I literally- I didn't
somebody.
have
She slides in people's DMs all the time.
Yeah, and everyone, like Matt even was able to talk to like Ben or other bachelorettes and bachelors, and I didn't get any of that.
Wow.
So I just
The fact that Tayshia wasn't able to talk to a room full of people whose relationships didn't work is nice. Like, yeah, JoJo and Rachel are good examples. But what is it about The Bachelor that The Bachelor never ends in the only once in The Bachelor, right? Was it Sean? Who was it? Leave a comment. Only once in The Bachelor did it end with The Bachelor marrying the person they chose. Guys like Ari, they, flip-flopping left and right, you know what I mean? He's all over the map. And then but The Bachelorette, it works. So it's very interesting that The Bachelorette has a better formula than The Bachelor. Does that go to show that men don't like to settle down when they have options? Who knows, folks? By the way, when I say a real truth, I like to just hit you with one of those. There it is. Okay, let's move on.
kind of walked in and I was like, I'm here.
This is
So what do I do? You're hot too.
Would you say the best experience in your life right now?
Oh, hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down. I don't think, I understand it looks like a hot mess express,
Yeah.
but you grow into your own. Like, you really know who you are when you come out of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
You
is
got
so-
engaged.
I did!
Zac Clark at the end
She's
of the season.
dying to talk about the wedding.
Well, I want to know where are we? How we doing? Because it's always
Best engagement ever? Let me know. Was this the best engagement ever? If this didn't make you cry, I'll get teary-eyed watching it back. I cried more watching this than my own engagement. That's not true, Tasha. I'm getting married to a Tasha. This is Tayshia. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten their names mixed up, which, I may be borderline dyslexic or whatever, but that'll get you in trouble. And by the way, Tayshia had mentioned that as far as wedding talks go, they're just enjoying being engaged. I got engaged fall 2019, several months before the pandemic hit. My fiance Tasha and I decided not to plan the wedding until we know what to do, because we've got friends who replanned their wedding 15 times because of the pandemic. We want everyone to be safe, this and that. It's a real good excuse for taking it slow, because what's the rush? You know what I mean? They just got engaged. Sure, they got engaged fast, but now stay engaged for a long time. You just got to meet each other for the first time. What's the rush? I never understood the rush.
It's up in the air after the season's over. We don't know all the updates.
I know. Well, I will say all is well in our world.
Okay.
Thankfully, we're doing really well. I'm in New York with him.
Wait, hold on. She moved to New York for the D. In a blizzard, y'all.
By the way, New York is a great place to live, and especially the fact that she's from Orange County, California. I feel like you always want something you never had. Like, she's going to get snow, slush, taxi drivers yelling at her, bike messengers running her over, bodegas at 4 a.m., the halal truck, nuts for nuts. If you don't know what a nuts for nuts is, it's just some dude on 42nd Street stirring a cauldron of nuts and brown sugar. I miss New York so much. I used to live there, 140th and Broadway, uptown. Shout out to Lily over there, who's my friend in Brooklyn, the sweetest. She donated some money this week. Thank you so much. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to a friend of mine over there in Australia. Real quick, I have to give this shout out. He said he listened, and his name's Frank. He said he wrote in years ago that he was watching my podcast while he was getting his chemo treatment, and I think that's so cool that he was being supportive of my channel, and it helped him kind of just pass the time. So big shout out to you, Frank. I hope you've recovered. Give us an update over there in Australia, and of course, while I'm at it, thanks to everyone else for being so supportive during these times. We hit 13,000 subscribers today. Just 1 week ago today was the 10,000 subscriber special. So you've blown things out of control, and pretty soon I'll be hanging out with Tayshia and Zac going to Mets games, whether they like it or not.
Everywhere!
So you're really in love?
It's too much.
Yes.
Let me see that ring. The ring is fantastic. Let me see that outfit.
There it is.
See, this is why I'm not engaged. This is why I'm not engaged. Sit down.
She goes, this is why I'm not engaged. Sit down. I love it. She's like, show me that ring. Show me what you're worth. Show me that body. Sit down. She gets jealous. I love women.
I have to ask you, because you guys were doing the bi-coastal thing.
Yes.
And you moved to New York, and it seemed like part of why Clare and Dale couldn't make it work was because of the bi-coastal thing. Did you feel like you had to move to New York?
Let me say this. Clare and Dale didn't break up because of the bi-coastal thing, okay? Let's not get it twisted. That wasn't a bi-coastal thing. You could live on Mars, whatever, I digress, but that's not why they broke up. And I have to say, these hosts are great, but you elevate yourself as a host when you have someone so easy to talk to like Tayshia. She's really making their job very easy right now. Throw her a blank check as far as getting her back on these shows.
To make this relationship work?
Well, I will say I still have my place here in Orange County. But now that I'm thinking about like doing the whole bi-coastal thing, it's a lot of work. Like, it is stressful. And I would love to just have a home base, and I think New York is it. And yeah, I can definitely see it's taxing on relationships.
The fact that her family's still in California is great, because, you say, oh, bi-coastal's hard. Are you kidding me? It's easier to fly from LA to New York than it is to drive across Los Angeles. If you've lived in LA, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you got on a flight, you sleep for 5 hours, you wake up in New York, you eat a bagel, and you call it a day.
Not being in the same place. And then
yeah, I call it a
getting to know
bagel,
each other,
okay?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you also can't check up on your man if we're not in the same state.
Exactly.
Like, I want to do a drive-by. I want to make sure I got your ass. Like, the doorman and
Claire
I
does
know one
drive-bys.
another.
Exactly.
You and Zac fell for each other.
I have so many questions.
I know, did you?
I don't have enough time. Go ahead, Chris.
So you and Zac fell for each other very, very fast, but Clare and Dale fell for each other even faster.
Yes.
Do you think there was any? Do you think she didn't give herself enough time to really vet him?
I think in the moment, and I've experienced it as well. I mean, even after my first one-on-one, I was like, "This is the one. Like, I can leave right now." And they were all like, "Slow your roll. You're not leaving right now." And I think that she followed her heart, and that's all you can.
Yeah,
that's all you can say.
There's an interesting moment, and
Kind
I
of
hope
her to
you
say
watched
that.
this back, but you kept on cheersing to the experience.
Oh.
It was like you weren't like, you were kind of sort of like, I might find love, I might not find love. So you kept on saying, well, cheers to the experience. When was it, at what point did you realize I might get married. Hell, my days might be over. Like, this might be really happening for me.
I don't think it clicked until, for sure around hometowns.
Yes.
Like when I started meeting the families and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's a lot more people you're getting involved.
Is there a wedding date set? That's what I want to know.
Oh,
and am I invited?
I love her.
Okay, there is not a wedding date set, but it's not because we're not. I don't know. We're scared of it.
You're
it's
in a
just,
pandemic.
Yeah, we're just.
Wait, you're scared of what?
We're in a pandemic. That's you.
You're scared of the COVID or you're scared of the
No, not because we're scared of like setting a date or anything like that. I think we're just gonna give ourselves a little bit of time. That's it for today's daily.
All right, we don't need that ending. Yikes! Oh boy, here's the deal, right? I could have watched Tayshia talk for another hour, and that's a good indicator that someone keeps your attention. Well, if you're still watching this, thank you for letting me keep your attention. Or maybe you fell asleep or you're doing the dishes and you couldn't get over. You know, you're doing the dishes, you got soap on your fingers, you can't hit your phone to pause it. Either way, I got you, sucker. Let me know what you guys think. I love that Tayshia's still in the headlines. I think she's so valuable. I think it's time. Excuse me. I think it's time for us to elevate the good and just dismiss the bad, because that's how it works with energy, right? You can't always get rid of the bad, but you can make the good so big that it just pushes the bad out of the way. And by the bad, I'm talking about the Annas and MJs and Victorias. Like, let them figure out their truth. In the meantime, Tayshia's the real deal. Good on her. We'll see you guys later on. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Bye, everybody. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. That's Canon and D. That was wedding music. I'm doing it live, folks. Everyone have a good one. Bye, everybody.